and the mind can just like take someone's love and just, and that's why it's the opposing, one side of the relationship, it's an easy way out. And then the other side of the relationship really suffers. In many cases, someone breaks up. And it's because, that person's mind has convinced them that that person isn't good for them anymore through mind manipulation. And then just cuts them. And then one person has a complete heartbreak, and then the other person has an easy way out. But that person doesn't know that eventually someone will cut them. It's like the seesaw. It's like one side's up, then that side comes down. It's like no matter what, it's the circle is the same. The storm is the same. It doesn't matter who's on the upside, who's on the downside. It will eventually, like karma, it will eventually, what goes up comes down. It's because the storm is rotating and it goes up and down. So, but the moral of the story is once the mind generates enough perception of energy, it's almost like, it's like, what was that the water like fills up? Yeah, the bucket at the theme parks. Like the water like fills the bucket, and then when the bucket gets so heavy, it just tips out. It's essentially what's happening with humanity. It's like the mind understands, yep, okay, there's enough love there now, tip it out. Bro, like, it's pretty crazy, but it's true. And the only reason we learn to keep a hold of the love is because we learn, no, the bucket's not tipping out now. Like, I've got a hold of it. Like, I'm not going through another divorce. I'm not going through a marriage. I'll just accept that, because when the mind understands that, there's enough love to be tipped out now, that's when the mind manipulation starts to happen. We find weaknesses in our partnerships. We find the negatives. Our minds start to focus on the negatives, trying to destroy the love, trying to rip it apart. That's when we start to think, oh yeah, they're not good for us. They're not serving us. They're not being good for us. But that's just our weaknesses convincing in our minds through mind control, through perception, controlling, massive manipulation, mind manipulation to take our love from us. And it's only when we start to get absolutely tired of heartbreak and heartache, and that we just start putting up with our partners, even though they might not make us happy, just because we don't want to experience heartbreak again. This is one factor. I mean, it's not everyone's factor, but it can be, that, we just, after the third or fourth marriage, we learn to adjust to love. We learn to accept love. And that's the positive, is we start to learn to accept love. We start to learn like, yeah, okay, the first, second, third marriage, it wasn't so good for us, but you know what, like, I'd rather just be happy with this person. I'd rather find maybe the happiness that maybe they have weaknesses, but, like, starting to become a little bit more powerful than the mind, starting to actually express the love. And we are learners. We do learn, we learn through awareness and through this energy being taken from us. We learn that how to actually expand, more with a sense of awareness. And that's something positive that we can, really give credit to humanity for, is that we do see this actually in a lot of, people, after the second, third, we start to learn how love works. And that's why people say, they give, like puppy love, or they say, like first relationship. But why do you have to go through 1 or 2 marriages to understand how to love someone? All it is learning how to accept someone. Learning how to accept someone. That is the essence of what someone needed to go through 2 marriages, 3 marriages, 1 marriage, just to learn how to accept someone. Because when you can't accept someone, the mind starts to play games. It starts to turn things toxic. It starts to make things that could have been small, that we could have accepted and that we could have allowed to manifest with time. And we can't get over that bubble because of our minds don't let us, through mind manipulation. And it's as we start to accept, we start to grow within this acceptance, and we start to expand out. We start to expand out.